Round 8 of the AA Fleet Care Super Touring Car Championship, and bright sunshine has given way to pouring rain, and conditions are atrocious as Terry Moss powers the four-wheel drive Rothmans Audi to the front of the field. A violent thunderstorm hit Kyalami shortly before the start, and there are going to be fun and games in this race as drivers battle with poor visibility and a circuit that's like a skating rink. The Geniel de Villiers race cam provides a perfect example of the sort of problems facing the drivers, with Moss out in front of one of the Opals with Chris Aberdeen third in the second Audi. These conditions were made for the four-wheel drive Audis, but this could turn into a race of attrition. It is round 7 winner Mike Briggs who has slotted into second place ahead of Chris Aberdeen. A Sassel Ford Mondeo is up in fourth place, and it looks like Steve Wyndham. Grant McCleary is fifth in the second Opel Vectra, followed by one of the BMWs and Cyril van der Merwe in the second Sassel Ford Mondeo. And Cyril loves racing in the wet. Racecam action is from the McCleary Opel Vectra, and he has the Wyndham Ford Mondeo ahead of him. Through the Rothmans S's, and conditions are atrocious. All these cars are on wet weather tyres, but it's tippy-tippy through the tulips time with the rain still coming down. Moss leads Briggs and Aberdeen through Westbank, and McCleary is attacking Wyndham. Van der Linde is also having a go on the inside, and the pair of them are almost off the circuit. Van der Linde and Wyndham got into a tangle, and Cyril van der Merwe went through to nip into fifth place. Down the Caltex mineshaft, and Steve Wyndham is fighting back with Van der Linde alongside him in the BMW Enviro car. Now it's Wyndham's turn to give Van der Linde a little tap, and sitting in a race car at Kyalami right now is no place for the faint of heart. This is racecam action from the McCleary Opel with Aberdeen up ahead, and McCleary has driven straight into the back of the Audi. More racecam action from Anthony Taylor's Camry, and there's mayhem up ahead. There were cars all over the circuit at the AA Super Bowl, but Taylor is through and challenging one of the BMWs as they approach the AA kink. Taylor is past the BMW with a Ford Mondeo up ahead of him. Back to the AA Super Bowl, and that is Sean van der Linde and Sabine Wreck in the gravel trap as race leader Terry Moss starts his second lap. Mike Briggs is second in the Opel Vectra. And Briggs is in trouble! Mike Briggs has crashed at the total curves, and the conditions are taking their toll. The Opel Vectra got out of shape as Briggs turned into the total curves, and the AA Fleet Care Championship leader has gone out of the race in dramatic fashion. Briggs looks to be okay, but that was a major accident. The halfway mark, and Terry Moss leads the Sassel Ford Mondeos of Cyril van der Merwe and Steve Wyndham. Anthony Taylor is running fourth in the Castrol Toyota Camry, with Dion Joubert fifth in the BMW Enviro car. Chris Aberdeen has got going again and is sixth, with Geniel de Villiers giving chase in the BP Nissan Sentra, with Grant McCleary still running in a very battered Opel Vectra. A good scrap is developing between Aberdeen and de Villiers. Aberdeen has the advantage of four-wheel drive, but de Villiers sticking with him. This is the battle for the lead in Class B, with round 7 winner Hein Lagergren ahead of Kersey Swanepoel in the BMW. Swanepoel lost his unbeaten record when he went out with electrical problems in round 7, but he has the bit between his teeth. Both cars were almost sideways around the Goodyear sweep, and Swanepoel has dived for the inside line at Goodyear corner and is in front for the first time in the race. The crowd down at Goodyear loved that. Back to the leaders, and Cyril van der Merwe and Steve Wyndham are closing in on Terry Moss. The Audi has four-wheel drive, but van der Merwe has 11 South African Rally Championships to his name and is reveling in the conditions. This is best, but it's also an impressive Wyndham who is fighting for a permanent place in the Sassel Ford team. The rain has stopped and the circuit is starting to dry out, but there are still some treacherous patches. There's a small river across the circuit at the entrance to the total curves. That's where Mike Briggs went off in spectacular fashion, and the slightest error of judgment will take these drivers beyond the point of no return. It takes enormous skill and powers of concentration for Moss, van der Merwe and Wyndham to maintain this sort of pace in these conditions. Anthony Taylor is still fourth in the Castrol Toyota Camry, but is not making much of an impression on the three front runners. Now is van der Merwe making a move at Goodyear sweep. Racecam action from the Rothmans Audi. Moss has been forced out wide, and van der Merwe has slipped through on the inside. That is precision driving at the highest degree in these conditions, and you don't buy that sort of skill over the counter. Moss is fighting back at Goodyear corner, but van der Merwe has kept him out. Better traction out of Goodyear corner from four-wheel drive has brought Moss alongside van der Merwe as they head for the Rothmans S's. You won't get better than this anywhere in the world. Here is high drama, and Van der Merwe has had to hit the brakes as the two cars almost touch. Van der Merwe was squeezed for space in the second of the Rothmans S's, and that has earned Terry Moss a little breathing space. Van der Merwe has dropped back as the cars head up the hill towards Westbank, but this is gripping stuff. Drama at the front of the field as we take another look at Mike Briggs crashing out of the contention at the total curves on lap 2. The AA Fleet Care Championship leader was unhurt, and we spoke to him in the pits.
You know, I was close enough to Terry that I was driving in his spray, and I turned in too late into the sweep here past the pits, and I got the river in the bad place, and it just aquaplaned, and that was the end of it for me. It was really just a mistake on my part. I didn't pick the best line through the corner, and it ended in tears for me, but I'm okay now.
The last lap, and Terry Moss is heading for a first AA Fleet Care Super Touring Car victory for the Rothmans Audi team. Cyril van der Merwe has done a magnificent job for the Sassel Ford team and will finish in the points for the first time this season. It's been a dramatic race, but Moss is through Gestetner corner for the last time and will take the checkered flag from John Wheeler, with van der Merwe and Wyndham second and third. A terrific maiden win for Terry Moss, with both Sassel Fords in the points for the first time this season. Anthony Taylor was fourth, with Chris Aberdeen recovering for fifth place, with Class B going to Kurzy Swanepoel.
We waited for the rain. We waited for 2 years now. It finally arrived. We got that heat, although it was close. I had to watch the Mondayas behind me, kept them at bay, and we got a win. I'm happy for Audi.
Don't miss rounds 9 and 10 of the action-packed AA Fleet Care Super Touring Championship at Swartkops on Saturday the 29th of April. Be there or see highlights in the AA Racing Report exclusively on NNTV Sport on Saturday the 6th of May. The AA Fleet Care Super Touring Championship, Africa's most